Welcome to BLPA Big Show. Hockey, sports, life for the adult athlete. Powered by the Beer League Players Association. Follow us at the BLPA.
Everybody, just follow.
Keep connected with us. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You dig that?
Follow.
On every social media outlet. And make sure you follow the crew on Twitter. Nick at Nicker Jones. Jason at Beer League Jason. And Brooklyn at BLPA Brooklyn. Let's get it.
Welcome to the greatest sports show in the world. Good week, everybody. Hey, Jillian, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you doing, Nikki Kamish?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm in a hotel room, so that's why you got the weird background here. But I got to do something real fast before we get going, because I promised Cooper I would do it. He's fashioned himself an artist. So we're on a little family vacay here. We were in Oklahoma visiting my dad. Now we're driving down to Austin, Texas. Yesterday we went to Six Flags. Today we're going to Austin, then back to Oklahoma for a Dex, and then yeah. But anyway, so he says he's going to start making art and selling it at tournaments. So this is his first art piece.
Okay.
So I promised him that I would show it on the show first thing. He said, "Are you promised, Dad? You promised?" I said, "I promise." First thing. So here it is.
Can't let him
for
down
sale.
now.
It's for sale. He wants $1,000, but I said, "Why don't you start with $10?
What?
Okay, sell your
You're
first
supposed
piece
to
for
be
10.
uplifting him. You're supposed to be saying, "Shoot for the stars, sonny boy." Ooh, tell me more about this piece.
This is titled "Cringe Man."
Uh-huh.
It's a new set of markers. His mom bought him at Target, and he signed it down here. His little autograph here.
That's going to be worth a lot.
He's shooting a gun of yellow, I don't know what that is, ectoplasm laser. I don't know, but that's Cringe Man. So hopefully Cooper sees this.
Violent.
And I want to hear everyone's thoughts on his art. It's beautiful. Listen, I don't know if he's listening. I don't know. I hope he's not. But if you buy it,
I will give you
him,
the $1,000 back.
well, I'm not 1,000. I'll give you the $10. I'll give you the $10 back.
No.
I just want her to be happy. Yeah, I want her to be happy. Unless you want it.
You're being a helicopter dad. Let him fail.
Well, I do let him fail often, and I laugh at him. I make fun of him, and yeah. So that's Cooper's art. Cooper.
I love Cooper's art. I also love that Cooper is sponsored by a beer company at, what is he, 9, 12,
7,
17?
The perfect age to get him going. All right. Listen, cigarettes have been getting kids into the game at a young age for a long time. It's about time the beer leaguers do. So, all right. So that's
I love it.
All right. Let them know where they can find us.
I'll let them know where they can find us. Besides wherever you're watching right now, you can also find us Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I'm not saying tiki-talkie because one guy got mad that I said that one. So I take everything to heart. I'm very fragile.
I like
OnlyFans. Tiki-talkies, Patreon, and Twitch. Everything is at the BLPA.
Yep, that's where you can find us. Pinterest. I don't know if you said Pinterest. Probably.
Oh,
didn't,
Pinterest. You do love to bring that one up. All right, Pinterest.
You know, I mean, because we're cultured, all right, and we're in all of them. We're in. I might even join some like Chinese or Russian social media. You never know. Weibo, is that a Chinese one? I don't know. But
what's the North Korean one? I think we should try to get on that.
I couldn't tell you that. I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Listen. I don't talk politics like North Korea. But did you see like Donnie Trump getting grazed by that bullet?
No, I totally missed that.
Well, listen, this is the same situation that happened to me in Nashville in a parking lot in Walmart a few years ago. I'm not lying.
Sorry.
I was walking through a parking lot in Nashville. We're there for a hockey tournament, and some young man comes running through the parking lot yelling, "He's got a gun!" So we run, and I'm pretty sure my calf got grazed by a bullet. So I mean, I feel yeah.
What evidence do we have to show that might be a fact?
Well, I mean, it was a few years ago. I had a red mark on my calf.
Okay.
I didn't put a big tampon Band-Aid on my calf. Nope, not gonna catch me doing that. So all I'm saying is that I figure it's about time that I announce my candidacy to run for president in 2028.
I've been keeping this secret too long. I'm so glad that you finally came out with it.
That's your last name, right? Fleehart Schwartz, 2028. Yeah.
Turn it
Digging the show? Support us. Patreon.com/BLPA. The most greatest.
That's it.
We have to wait. I thought we were doing the November thing.
You know, I mean, I just don't. I mean, I know someone just had like $80 million in the last 24 hours, and there's probably not a lot of donors out there. I mean, we can't get people to go $2 on Patreon, so we're gonna have to really revamp our game plan.
We're about to get $1,000 for art, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but that doesn't go to us. Like Cooper's not gonna donate that to our campaign.
We get royalties. Come on, we gotta use
10%. Okay, we're up to $100 here, but nonetheless, a lot of stuff to get to. I'm like I said, I'm on my way to Austin this weekend. Our biggest Austin tournament ever this weekend. It's grown. It's went from 4th year in a row. We've gone from 12 teams to 14 teams to, I think last year we had 16, and now we're at 22. And we had a few teams that wanted to get in, but we just didn't have the ice available to do it. And I think that next year we could go even higher next year.
23.
Or 25 or 26. I don't know. I like to do even numbers. Way easier for the schedule.
I like even numbers too.
But
I like that.
everyone's in the comments. I don't know if you're catching that they got their grab bag hoodies. We did this thing where I'm just trying to make room for a bunch of new stuff that we're trying to get here.
Yeah.
I'm putting everything online. We're gonna have an online store. We're gonna really focus on the merch side of things. And so I cleaned out. I was in with the trailer and I cleaned out all the trailer and a storage unit. We had no club and just found a treasure trove of old hoodies. And I was like, I'm just gonna pack them in random bags by size. I don't know what hoodie's going where, and we're just gonna do a grab bag. And people have been buying the shit out of them. And so
we love a mystery bag.
Yeah,
it's like when you go to the arcade and you just see like the machine with all the opaque little balls, and it's like, what could I get? And you're always gonna get the worst thing. But to know that there's not a worse thing when you're getting this grab bag,
you always get a hoodie that's usually $60 or $70.
Yeah.
And then I sweetened the package. I said in 2 of these, I think we had 160 hoodies or something like that. And in 2 or 3 of the packages, I put random Dex jerseys in. And so they could have got that and a hoodie. And then in 2 of them, I put a free draft experience entry, just randomly going out there. Yeah.
Have you heard who's won those?
No, they just started going out. Like I have a whole bunch of them. I just packed a whole bunch of them last night, and I got to drop them by the post office. So I know that there's been, let's see, I took 25 to the post office the first time because all I had was the extra larges done, and then I think I dropped off 40 or 50 just they picked them up yesterday from the hotel in Oklahoma. And then now I got a whole bunch of them here in our hotel in Dallas, and we'll drop those by the post office on our way to Austin. So, yeah, exciting stuff.
Dang.
Exciting. So, hopefully you all get the free decks. Actually, hopefully you don't all get the free. Hopefully all of you guys pay for a decks, and a couple of you get a free one. So, okay. So, I mentioned Austin. I don't know if you saw, but we talked about in the last podcast what we were going to do for losers.
Okay, I had this as a note because I saw the pictures and I fear things may have flipped. An idea, what was supposed to be a minor inconvenience, has turned into a top prize.
People love pickles.
People love pickles.
Okay, listen, do we even trust people that don't love pickles?
No, I question a lot about them, I think.
Okay, because there was a couple people that wouldn't even touch the loser pickles.
That's what we wanted.
But I don't know if it's because they were labeled loser pickles or because they just don't like pickles. One guy said, don't like pickles.
That's
and
the
I said,
point, guy.
Yeah, well, you should have won and you wouldn't have to touch this damn pickle. But listen,
better.
It's 2024. I'm not trying to get canceled. I can't force people to grab my pickles. You know what I'm saying?
Why not? When you put it like that.
I just can't. I just can't. I just cannot force people to grab my pickle if they don't want to.
Where were you holding the jar? Come on. Let's be real.
How low
was the jar?
It was heavy.
Was the jar in your pants?
Well, listen, so we have these pant shells, and they go over your pants or breezers, as you Northerners would call them. And so I just had them in between the pant shell and the pants because it was like a pocket, like a big pocket, and I would walk around and say, "Grab my pickle." But nonetheless, nobody complained about not getting anything at this tournament, so I think we got it. So look, Michael Sherry here had one in Pittsburgh. I'm going to try a lot better next Dex. It was a 2 out of 10 pickle. Nick went cheap on. Listen, I didn't go cheap on you.
No.
I literally went and found a big bucket of pickle, a big jar of pickle. That was,
That
the
was
only big jar of
classic.
pickles. Yeah. It's
I
the
love
only-
classic pickles.
It's the only big jar of pickles. I even went to Sam's Club and I said, "Hey, where's your big jar of pickles?" They said, "Oh, we don't have those." Oddly enough, if you go to Walmart down the street, they got a big jar of pickles. So that's where I had to go get a big jar of pickles.
That's strange to me, but I also, it's interesting that he's complaining about getting a bad pickle for being a loser. Like, that's the point. We're not going to
Yeah.
find you a boutique pickle
Yeah, these aren't
to enjoy
gourmet
your
pickles.
experience.
No. Listen, if you're playing hockey and you can't stand being called a loser after lose, then maybe hockey isn't sport for you. This guy fucks right here. This guy that
Maybe
just wrote that
sports
comment, he
isn't the
fucks.
sport for you.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, listen, it's fun. There was a lot of, sexual innuendo jokes around these pickles, obviously. Fun as well, as long as everyone is consenting into doing it. And so maybe we'll keep it going. Maybe we'll keep the loser pickles going. I don't know what else would be degrading enough than getting a loser pickle that we could do.
I think, oh, shoot. I had one, but I didn't know if it was degrading more as just like inconvenient. Like if we had them take out their skate and then we poured water on their socks. Like no one likes having wet socks.
Yeah, but then they're done. Then you know what I'm saying? Like then they're done with the game, so it doesn't really. They're going to go change right then.
What else could we give them? Maybe like used scratch offs.
Here you go. You
We
want
could
to
keep working this.
and occasionally we forget that one is a free ticket winner, and someone's like, "Oh, I actually get a free ticket," and then they go in and then they lose again. Boom, double win.
Yeah. Wait,
Got
let's
'em.
do the fake ones that make them think that they won, and then they bring it
Ooh,
in, and it's the fake.
I don't know. I think we get a bunch of hate mail. I really am liking the loser pickle here.
And a VIP entry into the Philadelphia draft experience. This week, the mystery word in honor of Cooper's art is cringe man. That's CRINGEMAN, all in caps. Cringe man.
Also, I gotta say, because I've just looked up and I'm seeing the numbers up here with the 20 people in here. If we get to 100 people live in this episode right now, if we get to 100 people, we're gonna give away a free Pacific Rink bag with BLPA logo on it. So that's $230. I think they're $239 now. So all I'm saying, if you share, if you're watching it, just hit share. Get people in here. Listen, we're vain. We want to see that there are people in here, right? Because Jillian asked me. She said, "Should we keep going live, or should we do just audio only and for the downloads?" And I said, "Listen, I'm like every other dude out here. I like instant gratification. I like to see people right then giving me instant engagement. And look, sex jokes on the way. Johnny Dunham, super VIP Johnny Dunham. He's out here trying to get loser Reaper fries. I don't know if you know the story about Reaper fries.
No.
But I did a bench burger with Reaper fries in Philadelphia, and I knew it was going to be a tough thing as soon as I opened it and smelled it, and it made my
Your nose hairs were gone.
yeah. And so basically, what happened was I ate them and then puked. So
Was it as bad coming up as it was going in?
it was spicy. It was spicy for sure. But listen, it wasn't that it was a bad flavor. It's not that I didn't like the flavor of cheese on potatoes with spice. I just got I got tummy issues.
It sounds like you're trying to find an easy out. But do you think your body was actually protecting you? Because imagine that coming out of your BH instead.
Well, you can say butthole on this show.
No, don't
Yeah,
say it. No.
You can say butthole. It's definitely.
I
don't know
like
what the
an
big deal is.
innuendo better than a straightforward.
Listen, I like to go straight for it. I'm straight for the butthole myself, and so
Heard
we can
that?
say that on the show. But listen, my body was protecting me. My body was actually created in the eyes of our Lord.
Our body is a temple.
to protect
It is sacred.
to protect my insides. And
But would
so
you have
that's what it
preferred
was doing.
throwing up in the moment or having Reaper pee coming out of your butthole? Peeper. Reaper peeper.
Reaper peeper. You know what? Correct. It wasn't like right in the moment. Like I ate it and I was able to walk back behind the building and puke. So, but I mean, I would definitely I would definitely probably enjoy the puke. But you know what? Puking sucks too. Like puking
Agreed.
isn't like I've had like I've been having stomach issues for a while. It's kind of limited my drinking because it just makes me puke.
God
There were-
forbid.
Right now, it's actually pretty tame because I haven't been drinking and I've been trying to eat a little bit better. But there would be times where I would wake up and the only way I get out of bed is to go make myself puke because my stomach hurts so bad. Like literally like, and it was no food. It was literally yellow acid stuff. And so
Ew.
we're trying to figure out what's going on with my tummy. So I mean, I'm going to say that's probably why I puke the Reaper fries. You know what I'm saying? But
Whatever gets you to sleep at night.
exactly. But I've been pretty good. Like I haven't thrown up since mid-May
Friday.
when I tried to go
Okay.
watch Craig David, and I had 2 margaritas and then I puked the whole next day for some reason.
We should make a different version of the song where it's like, give me 1 margarita, I'ma open my legs. Give me 2 margarita, and it's
margaritas,
yours. And
I'ma
it's
puke
like,
in my
I'ma
bed.
have tummy issues. Give me
I'm a puke in my bed. Give me
Yeah.
some margaritas.
Give me 3 margaritas. I'm going to bend over my toilet.
Yeah.
I'll work on that for next
What's the fourth one?
Give me 4 margaritas.
Put it. Which one was put it in my butt?
I think that was 4, but that would be like it's going to come out of your butt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got it.
I'll work on
it's,
that.
It's not. Listen, the commenters are saying it's ulcers, but we've tested myself. Like I've had those tests. I've had all sorts of tests on my stomach, ultrasound. They looked into it. They took pictures of it. No ulcers. So
Isn't it interesting, though, that when you made a healthier decision, it stopped? It's just what we don't want to hear.
yeah, I don't like to hear the things that I don't want to do. Right.
Right.
And listen, I do want to be healthy because I want to live for a very long time. Listen, a lot of people say I want to die when I get to be 90. Not me. I want to live till I'm like 150 because here's my issue with dying. Other than
Okay.
it seems like it sucks. I mean, I don't know, but like there's so much cool stuff that we're starting now that I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I want to see it through. I want to see like Mars.
Yeah.
I want to see us go to Mars. I don't necessarily need to go to Mars. I just want to see that us as a people got the fuck up there. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, but couldn't you do that when you're a little angel?
Listen, we're going to start getting into religious, and my dad always taught me.
I think we should talk about the hard hit.
And politics. And so people are going to believe what they want to believe. What if you're a religion that believes that and maybe this is what I want to believe, that you just come back reincarnated as something else? That would
then
be
you're
rad.
still alive.
I know, but you don't know. That's the problem. I want to know. I want to be the one person. I want to be the one person that knows that they came back every time. You know what I'm saying? Like Highlander. Like the only way they can kill me is to cut off my head because I'm immortal and I have to live through all of this stuff. I want to be that guy.
You know what? You can if you really just believe.
Well, okay, but okay. The only hard part about that is then you have to see all your friends and family die, which would suck, for sure.
What if
You know what
they
I'm
could see? That's why I'd rather just die first because then I don't have to be sad.
But then aren't you sad going in? Aren't you sad going into dying, knowing that you're going to make all your friends and family sad?
Who says I know that I'm gonna die? What if I'm just having the best day
But don't
and
we
then
al-
I
we
get
already
hit
know-
by a trolley?
We already know we're going to die. At this point, we know we're eventually going to die.
But I don't know that I'm gonna die in a water skiing accident
No,
on
you don't,
Saturday.
But you're saying you want to die first, so you're not sad. But
Yeah.
if you know that you're going to die first, you know you're going to make your friends and family sad. So are you just a selfish
But I'm
piece of
not
shit?
here. Yes, I would rather me not have to be sad and everyone else thinks of me like, oh, she was so young and spry and had so much life ahead of her, instead of like, yeah, it was her time.
Speaking of dying, I forgot what I was going to open the show up with, but I'm going to open it up now with this question. We're going to talk about it because you said you wanted to talk about the hard-hitting stuff.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
All
Here we
right,
go.
do it.
Dylan, this is for everyone out here, and I want everyone. I posted this in our group the other day, and it seemed like it was very, I don't want to say therapeutic, but maybe a little bit of therapeutic. I don't know.
Sure.
But I want to talk about it because it is important to all of us. Jillian, I'm asking you, but I'm also asking everyone that's listening right now. Rate your current mental health level out of 10. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and give 2 or 3 potential reasons why you rated it as such. So in the show, in the group, in our tournaments, we have such a wide range of age, experience, finances, health, and opinions, listening, and perhaps we can leverage that into something positive for everyone with possible solutions, maybe insight or just plain old good discussion. And hopefully it leads to something that helps all of us be a little better. So, Jillian, I'm going to ask you to rate your mental health right here in front of God and everybody.
Ooh, well, can't say God. You don't know what people believe. So there, stick to your word.
Okay.
In front of all the reincarnated people and everybody.
In front of whoever you believe in right now.
That's right. Well, see, I don't like when people do this and they're happy. So I feel bad that I'm saying that I'm happy right now. Because I promise you, if we ask me this every week, I will be like, well, I just got done crying 45 minutes ago, so I'm at it too. But today, specifically, I'm like a 9.2 because
you're up there.
I'm way up there because
Whoa, high on life.
I'm home. I'm in Minnesota right now. That's why I have a different background. So I'm in my
say it in the
parents'
accent, though?
house. Huh?
Can you say it in the Minnesota accent though?
So I'm home now, and I'm in Minnesota. I just went water skiing with my dad yesterday, and we went to the store, and I just get to hang out with my family, and it's just so nice to be around them. But actually, being home, it doesn't feel like weird. It feels like, oh, I am 17. You know, like I get to go back to it, and I love being around my fam, and it's not bad weather, and I just get to hang out and do kind of what I want. So I feel like there's nothing so bad right now that it would affect me. But knock on wood, that's not a challenge for something bad to come along and like see if it would affect me. So I'm riding pretty high right now.
Okay, that's pretty good. Well, I'm glad you're there. I'm glad
Thank
you're
you.
Do you, so here's what I always found weird. And what I mean, maybe not weird because I do it too a lot, and people correct me. Do you call Minnesota home or do you call California home?
I'm in a weird transition phase of that in my life because I do both.
Yeah, I do too, because it's like
Yeah.
home is always Oklahoma. That's where I'm from. That's what's raised me.
And
That's
it's in
what's
the
made
word,
me. I'm produced Oklahoma. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so, but I'll even do it like we'll be out here, like we'll be at Six Flags, like just were yesterday. I'm like, all right, let's go. It's time to go home. And Cooper's like, home? We're going back to Calgary, Oklahoma. I'm like, no, we're going to the hotel. He's like, then why'd you call it home? And I'm like, shut up. I'm not
Oh. Yeah, shut up, kid.
But anyway, okay. Well, I guess I should probably do my rating as well.
I would like to ask you what your rating is.
You know what? I'm in a good but hard position right now in my life. I mean, obviously work is stressful. There's so much stuff going on, like trying to fill tournaments and chasing degenerate beer leaguers around for money. That sucks. But like right now, it's like it's a really cool place for me, because like this is a time in the year when I get to like bring my family with me on the road, because we have this stretch of like Oklahoma, Austin, and back to Oklahoma, and then Chicago, which is Cooper's our favorite city. And so you know, it's a cool time for me right now, but like I'm still coming off like the loss of my mom, which is hard, which still, I mean, really gets you, like, because you still do, like, I still get stuff all the time of like Facebook, you know, memories of my mom, and that makes me sad. And I talked about this on the group, but I guess I can talk about it here since someone once told me the only reason I do a podcast is for therapy. Probably right, but so my dad is remarried, and my mom passed away into September, and so it hasn't been like this long time. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. Just for me, like it's hard to navigate not only my feelings around it, but also like my brother's feelings around it. My mom's sister, who lives right next door to my dad, it's hard to do those and kind of talk to people. And for me, I'm a very c'est la vie person. Like, just let it be. Whatever happens is going to happen. Like, you can't control it, so why let it bother you? That's kind of my thing. And for me, like, my dad is happy right now, and that makes me really happy, right? But it's hard when like all this stuff has happened. You know, him getting married, and not even, it wasn't even a, hey, I'm getting married. It's just, hey, he goes, I'm getting married. And I'm like, oh, when? You know, he told me the date. I said, well, you know, I'd kind of like to be there. He's like, well, you're more than welcome. Here's when the date is. And I'm like, well, like I'm at work out of town. Like, can we do it while I'm in town? You know, 2 weeks later, he's like, no, we're doing it here. I'm like, okay. And so it's just kind of hard. And listen, my dad's a grown, I told my dad, I said, hey, you're a grown ass man, Dad. Like, I can't make your decisions. And And I got this one character trait that a lot of people probably know about me is if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. I don't give a shit what people say. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it. People could tell me, oh, this is why it won't work. This is why it won't work. But until I do it and find out it won't work, I don't care. I'm going to figure it out. And I got that from him, right? So I told him, like, I know how you are. You don't care. And, he just told me, like, hey, I prayed about it. I prayed for God to send me somebody. I don't know how much time I got left. I'm going to be happy and have fun. And right on.
Wowzer.
But that's still, I mean, dealing with that kind of stuff, in your life, that kind of affects your mental health. So I'm probably going to say, all that being, like, I'm still on the plus side of 7 for sure.
Okay. That's good.
And, that September when my mom passed away and like I had to go actually see a doctor and get like some meds and be like, I was in a dark hole, still pulling out from that. Just, I kind of let a lot of things go, work wise, slide kind of down a hill because I wanted to curl up in a bed and stay there. Like I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to, even like my kid didn't make me happy. Like I was just like, cool. Like, I'd play with him, but just all that stuff. So, so right now I'm over 7. Like I'm having a good time. I'm happy. I'd like to see tournaments fill up more. I'd like to get merch on board. I got a lot of ideas in my head and I'm an idea guy. So ideas make me happy. So yeah.
Yeah. That's so he got married like within the period of September to now, like within this however many months.
And listen, I'm probably the wrong one to judge that because I mean I lost my first wife in October, and then like by the next spring I was with someone seriously, so I like that's not the problem. Like you can find instant chemistry with anybody. Right?
There's no timeline on grief for everybody. I mean, it's different for everyone.
Exactly.
So.
And listen, you don't know the story. Like my mom had been sick for a long time. Like she had both her legs, diabetes, and he fulfilled the vows. Like he could have left, and he took care of her. Like, and I say like he was almost like a prisoner because it's basically her caretaker 100% of the time. So now he needs to go out and have fun. And I talked to my uncle who lives next door to my dad. And he just said, whenever it happened, like your dad wasn't coming out of the house to talk to anybody. Like he was just in there, like we never see him. And now we see him out all the time. So let's go. So progress is progress. And like, just like Casey says, good to hear. All progress is good. So we're progressing good here. So, wow, it's sad. So anyone else that's listening, hey, here's what I want for the BLPA group. Like I want people to be able to connect in there on this level because there's a lot of people that are afraid to talk about this stuff. And the reason I'm trying to talk about it on this show is because I want people to understand that it's okay to talk about it. Yeah. Because there's a lot of people in a lot of very dark places. A lot of my friends have took the wrong way out in my eyes, and they're no longer with us. And that needs to stop happening. And if us talking about it can help that not happen, I'll fuck it. I love to talk. I'll keep fucking talking. Right? So, oh shit, I said F word, so I should put it in the jar. Put a dollar in the jar.
Put in our Patreon.
Yeah. So
that's right. Normalize it. Get rid of the stigma.
Yeah.
Not bad. Everyone's got stuff going on.
I know that's a slow part of the show, and I get it. Not everyone's into that kind of stuff. They're here to hear laughs and ha ha ha. But you know what?
TBSS.
Jillian's over a 9 right now, so she's happy ha ha ha. But on the flip side, there's other people that are not. So if you're not, we're here. And if you don't want to talk to us, just talk to someone. But hey, listen. We'll drink a beer and talk shit with you guys all night. So, all right. So, where are we going to next?
Well, I did have a question for you because you brought up something to me. I think this was maybe your pickle trip to Sam's Club, and I think you're a little more famous than you thought you were.
Oh, I don't know about that. I got some pretty high
Sam's Club?
I got some pretty high delusions of grandeur. So, I'm just walking. Listen, I'm just walking through Sam's Club. And listen, it wasn't just me. Like, we could ask my buddy Ian. He was there. Ian works some of our tournaments with us. Yeah, guy just was, Nick, what's going on? How you doing? And I'm like, I don't know you. And he's like, so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I know. I didn't really remember who it was. Yeah. And once he started talking to me and he builds like these custom Nike shoe skates. And they're really badass. Yeah, they're incredible. Like, they look like Air Jordans on the ice. And so he's in the group and he's seen me, but I was like, okay, listen, here's what I'm really waiting for. I'm really waiting to see to be out and about and see people that I don't know wearing BLPA merch.
Oh,
That's what I really
I could put
waiting
on
to
a
see.
disguise.
Oh, look at that BLPA drinking tea. Let's go. That's one of my favorite shirts. That
It's
it was a
insane.
VIP. Yeah, and so I think that there's a couple other Bulldog shirts that we have that are going to be making their appearance as we start being more serious and having to actually have supply chains and all that kind of stuff with our merchandise. Like I think we'll see a bunch of our old designs that came out that we just had a few limited ones at tournaments. I think we'll see those as like mainstays. And I think the drinking team, because I want everyone to know that not only are you in the BLPA, but you're on the drinking team. It doesn't matter if you drink beer or water or ginger ale or Kool-Aid,
Capri
or
Sun.
Gatorade, you're Capri Sun. Cooper just had his first Capri Sun on this trip, and he loves them. And like you hear him in the back of the truck, like blowing it up,
Yes.
and then trying to get
Classic.
yeah. But anyway, I don't remember where I was going.
It was because of
wanting
Sam's
people
Club.
to see me. Yeah, wanting people to see me, to see the merchandise out. While that's really what I'm waiting, because I'm seeing like all these orders start to come in, and they're people that I don't recognize. I'm like, man, I just hope that I can see these people out and about, and then I can just not say, hey, that's my shirt. I just want to see the shirt out there. Right?
I feel like that should be paired up with your Nick Sticks little thing.
Nick
Like if
Sticks?
you see
Oh,
someone
Sticks.
in the wild, it's whatever you want it to be.
I'll
You see
one.
someone in the wild with merch, they then get blankety blank blank blank.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what the whole the problem with I tried to find a pro shop that when we were in Pittsburgh, nobody was in there. Like I literally walked in and no one's in there doing it. So I was like, well, fuck, what am I gonna do now? And here's the deal. I believe in my heart of hearts, that a lot of these TikTok people fake all this stuff. And I don't want to fake it. I want it to be real. I don't know how people would tell. No, it's hard for a man to fake it. Real hard. But really hard. But I'm just saying, like, I want it to be real and organic because I can kind of like, oh, this didn't really happen, but it'd be cool if it did. Like the fantasy is like it'd be. And listen, I get it. You have 3.7 million likes on it. Cool. I literally get 250 views on what I do, but I want it to be real. Is all I'm saying. Someone wants us to bring back the OG blue BLPA hoodies. I don't know what the OG blue BLPA hoodie is. So if you show me what that is, maybe
Chris,
I can
draw
bring
it.
back.
I need
Chris,
you to draw it for us.
Yeah, draw it, please. And
Okay.
draw the hoodie, but also draw it on Jillian.
Please and
Please.
thank you.
Thank you.
I want a caricature made of me.
Speaking of caricatures, I don't have it. I was at Six Flags yesterday, and Cooper and Terrence had to go to the bathroom, so I'm sitting out there just drinking and answering emails, drinking my Mr. Pibb Zero cherry Mr. Pibb Zero in a big souvenir cup. I'm drinking, and little do I know, but I'm sitting next to like a caricature whatever, and they just draw me without me, and like I'm just doing it, and he said, "Hey, does this remind you of anybody?" I'm like, "That looks like me." And-
Way uglier.
And yeah, but he's not nearly as handsome, and his jaw isn't nearly as chiseled as I want mine to be. But I said, he's like, "Yeah, I just practicing, and you were just sitting there." I'm like, "Oh, thanks." I'm like, "Here's the deal. I'll buy it." He goes, "No, you don't have to buy it." And I'll go, "Okay, here's the deal. If Cooper comes out, my little guy, and he says it looks like me, I'll buy it."
Ooh.
And Cooper, I said, "Cooper, who's that look like?" He said, "That looks like Daddy." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess we got to buy it." So
That guy paid off your kid before you even saw too.
maybe what a long game. But hey, you got to respect the hustle and the grind.
Artists
You know what I'm
see
saying?
other artists.
Yeah, that's right.
what it
That's
is.
right. Yeah, greatness respects greatness. I got it.
That it's the same thing. Chris, we're not asking you to show us a picture of you owning the blue sweatshirt. We want to see you draw what this blue sweatshirt looks
I
like.
want to know which one it is. What logo's on the front. I want you to draw it and share it with us. So
Don't forget to include me and make me look very good, or else we're gonna have
Very good.
issues.
very good. Hourglass figure and everything.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to guess. I've just always
I
been
want it to
ahead.
look like what people thought women looked like in the 60s.
They were like,
like-
that was like Twiggy time. It was just like
Voluptuous upper half. That's what the guys liked back then.
different.
Yeah, like Marilyn Monroe.
No, that was Twiggy time.
No,
When was
whatever.
Twiggy time?
I don't even know what it is.
No, remember like the really skinny, just little straight little rectangle body shape that was all cool to be all skinny mini.
I don't know, but what about like an old Renaissance where they had like the
Corset,
yeah,
when they had those.
look like bees in the middle. Anyway, okay.
One more
What's
time.
that? Listen, this is
Get ready to go. Let's do it. Full Sin on the BLPA Big Show.
I have a game that I want to play.
okay.
It's a little game, and you don't even know what this is. I just said I was going to do it, but okay. So I want to do Cameo Price is Right. So you know cameos. Are you familiar?
I know what Price is Right is, yes, but I don't know what.
Sorry.
Oh, and a
Cameo.
cameo, like the
Yeah, you know, like
website?
when like actors and athletes like go on to Cameo and they're like, oh, if you pay blank amount of money, I'll make a personalized video
Yeah.
for you.
I'm
Essentially,
on Cameo.
are you?
Yeah.
What's your starting rate?
I don't know. I only did it. I only got 2 orders, when I first did it, and then I just didn't pay attention. So I don't know if I'm.
That's pretty good. Okay. Well, you have like a backlog of 600 right now, and they're like, I really wanted to hear from him,
Let me see.
and
Cameo.
you're just letting your fans down.
Oh, that's it's kind of a. Yeah, I don't know if I'm actually on there. Okay, keep going. Keep going with your game.
Okay.
I was looking.
So what I did was find 5 different hockey figures and their pricing, and I want you to guess how much each of these people go for a video. So if you're not familiar
Are
with
you
Cameo,
giving me a range? Are you giving me a range of prices, or am I just
No
giving
shot.
you a price?
you are giving a shot. I mean,
Okay.
why did I say that again? You're giving any price. It could be anything, but it can range from, I've seen as low as $5. I've seen up to like $2,000
Okay.
for a video. This is like a minute-long video. Okay. We're starting out. And then I'm not going to tell you. Do you want me to do like least to most expensive? Or no, that's too many clues.
That's too many clues.
Okay. So I'm starting with like some home ice here.
Okay.
Charlie Coyle. Are you familiar with this man?
I am Charlie Coyle. He is $2.95.
Wow, you're giving these people a lot of credit. He's actually, well, just for people who don't know, he played on the Wilds. He also plays for the Bruins, as I say, but apparently other people say Bruins. So we can have that discussion another day. He has 544 5-star reviews. He's got a really good record for the low price of $140.
Okay. Okay.
You can get a
Maybe we should-
personalized video.
Maybe we should get these guys. This could be our marketing. We just get people to Cameo BLPA Big Show.
Oh, let's do that. Okay,
Yeah,
but I
sure.
actually do have one that I found out that we kind of know this guy. So maybe I will ask him. Okay, are you familiar with Dave Hansen?
Yeah, he
Slap
actually
shot.
runs. He actually runs the rink that we just played at in Pittsburgh. I was in there talking to him.
Wait, he lives there? Where does he live?
Yeah.
He lives in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Rando. Okay. He has 213 5-star reviews. How much do you think it costs for a approximately 3-minute video from Dave Hansen?
$99. 99.
Should I take whatever difference you are wrong and add that to our
Yeah.
fund?
Yeah, do that. But hold on, something's banging in the other room. I gotta stop it because it's driving me nuts. Be right.
Hey. Hey, maybe you shouldn't stop it.
I'm here alone.
Okay, let me get. Oh, you got them for free? Okay, James, hit up hockey players on Instagram. I've gotten videos for free. What kind of videos? This sounds illegal. No. Oh, for anniversary. Cute. Okay. You can choose what these guys talk to you about, but I wonder where the line is. I think we should try to push it a little bit. Okay, what I do, Charlie Coyle, we're on, oh yeah, Dave Hansen. Way cheaper. He's not back yet. So it's $116, which means that $17 is going to go into our BLPA podcast fund. Ooh, did you hear me?
Nope, I did not. I actually
Okay,
didn't hear you. So
Sweet, because I told everyone what the price was. You were off by, you were making a donation to our fund for $17, $116.
that's a weird price. Maybe because they take fees and he just wants to make $100 per video.
Yes. Okay. How about Blake Coleman? Are you familiar?
Yeah, he plays for the Flames. Yeah, of course I'm familiar. Okay.
Correct. Well, I'm not going to assume. You know what they say about that.
He is going to be, I'm going to say $249.
$100.
For Blake Coleman? Let's go.
These people are cheap.
This is so cheap. I'm going to be like, hey, here's the deal. We're doing like a hockey show for adults. It's adult hockey show, not spicy time, but there is spicy talk. But we just want you to say, hey, come talk beer league with the BLPA Big Show. I'll pay $100 for that.
I'll pay $100. Well, now you have to because you just put $117 into the pot for Cameo. I think whoever you're the farthest off of, that's what Cameo you have to buy.
I can't wait until I figure out a game where you have to pay as well. Oh, I'm going to have one. You don't even worry about that.
Clock's ticking. Okay, I got two more. Frank Corrado of the Toronto Maple Leafs. 33 5-star reviews.
He's a Maple Leaf, so he's already got inflated self-worth. I'm gonna go $149.
$25.
$25?
$25.
God, maybe he's realized that being a Maple Leaf isn't all it's cracked up to be.
I don't know. I feel like he's really selling himself short on that. He's 68 5-star reviews. So,
holy moly! Okay.
Okay. All right, here we go. Mike Eruzione, captain of the 1980 Miracle on Ice hockey team.
Okay, what this guy?
1 minute-ish.
1 minute, but he probably needs money. He's probably, he wasn't getting these NHL contracts back then, but he's probably still getting royalties from the movie, I would imagine. Oh boy, I think he's probably the highest one. I'm gonna say he's. Can you just give me that hint? Is he higher than everyone we've had so far? He is, isn't he? He is.
I didn't say anything.
He is. I saw that poker face. $125.
Do you want to guess again, or do you want to just know?
No, I want to just know.
$500 for Mike Eruzione.
And how many does he have?
He has 26 reviews. He's only at 4.85 stars because he did have a mishap of making his cameo for the wrong name for the person. One little.
That's what I would do. So Ian says, "Where's my bag?" Ian, we have 20 people in here right now. We need 100. I don't know what's.
Ian, you gotta start sharing. Come on.
Share it, Ian. I'll get all your Cox people on there. Anyway, all right. So we have a long segment coming up.
Yeah.
Drama. Someone that reached out and said, "Hey, I saw that. Can I do one?" I said, "Yeah, record your voice. I'll hide it, whatever." And it's here, but it's 5 minutes long.
I got time.
Right? This is also going to be where I put in the word of the day. All right. Word of the day. We have 10 episodes. I think we've done 3 of them. And listen, not very many people have entered, but the word of the day game, you're going to win a free VIP experience to the Philadelphia Draft Experience. Basically, I'm going to pay for your entry into the tournament and your accommodations at lodging of my choice. It could be a tent right outside the rink.
It's a Motel 8.
I'm going to pay for them. So all you have to do is you have to go and after the episode is released for download, you download it, you find the word of the day, you go to our contest page that's linked every single episode, and you put in the word of the day, and you can go back and do the other 3 until they expire. Each week we'll have a winner. Once we get a winner from every week, then we'll pick from those 10 weeks the winner of the VIP experience. So I would do it. I mean, it's free. I don't know why. Download, pump up those numbers. But here is we're not going to be able to talk to you. We can chat with you on the thing, but we won't be able to talk to you while this video is going. That this is a new beer league drama. Let me find it here. Design. CN5.
Hey Drew, I heard your beer league drama the other day, and I just thought that I had a story that could make it on the show. Seriously, I can't believe this became an issue. I was on the same rec league team for like 7 years, and it all came to an end this season, and the drama still continues after my departure. So here's what happened. The team has always had great chemistry, ages ranging from 20 to 60. We play a lot of tournaments, we travel, we hang out. It's great. We were a great team. 5 or so years ago, another guy took over the team. Let's just call him captain. Things were never better. Then things changed. First thing, we let a couple women in the room. Now listen, I'm not saying women can't be playing hockey, but they were okay. It was a big joke. Ha ha ha, look over here, ha ha ha. Then they left. And the next thing you know, the captain leaves his wife for one of them. Uh-oh. The new girl is mouthy, opinionated, and quite frankly, trashy. Suddenly, she and the captain's sister are in the same room all the time. What the fuck? Next thing, the sister displaces a wife of one of the other players, who leaves his wife and daughter for this captain's sister. Things are basically getting fucked. Our best player's wife is now the coach. She's respectful of our territory. She's in the room at times, but she also helps out a lot with the team. She's okay, never causes problems, but she has established a precedent, and the other two women want in too. Why, for God's sakes, would you want to be in the dressing room? Why? So now the sister and the girlfriend of the captain are in the room before and after every game while guys are showering and changing. They're not even playing. They're just there. Myself and a few other guys started to complaining. Bad enough for our wives that we are gone all the time to play hockey. These girls get to hang out with us while we're changing and even go to tournaments with us. I mean, seriously, every single game. The two girls are at times caught obviously checking out the guys' gear, not the stuff in the hockey bag, obviously. Meat gazers. I guess I made a lot of noise that pissed off the captain's girlfriend, who confronts me while I'm in the hot tub. Clearly she's drunk and high, as the trashy skink tends to be. And when I tell her the team will decide, and that the team doesn't include her, she loses it and proceeds to throw half a full beer can and a salad at me. I didn't really even realize she ate salad, if you know what I meant. That was the last game I played for the team. It escalated, but only a couple of guys said anything. Behind my back, the captain, under his girlfriend's thumb, completely unsure, orchestrates a secret closed email vote as to whether or not I stay on the team. Granted, I'd had a couple small problems with a few guys, but on a team that happens to everyone. At this point, I'm ready to leave anyway, but still, what the fuck is going on? Nobody ever sees the tally. My first info on it is being told that I have been voted off the team. I don't get to see the tally. I've talked to about, 2/3 or 3/4 of the team at this point who all said it wasn't them that voted them out, leading me to believe that the email vote was a sham to get me out of there. No big deal. I have moved on to a couple better teams and I'm quite happy, albeit a little choked that the team let this happen. I'm still good friends with a lot of the team, especially the goalie, so I get a lot of the info on what's happening still. Now things are getting real messed up in the room. An agreement is made that the girls are not allowed in the room during changing before or after the game, but they are allowed in after the changing is done. But this doesn't last long. It all came to a head last game. They came in again and the goalie, my buddy, lost it and said enough is enough, and he quit the team. The goalie is a great goalie too. I mean, he pays. He's probably the best rec goalie in the area, a rare and valuable commodity to any rec team, and he's also a great guy and a lot of fun to party with. A huge loss for the team, if you ask me. So he posts on Facebook about the whole thing. Now things get really messed up. His post draws a couple comments from team members and their wives, because they can now see what's been going on and let this sink in. The guy who didn't object had not told their wives that there were women in the room during changing and showering. The problem now is that the wives know. So guys who have been on this team for 15 years are now ready to walk away because these two broads are always in the room. Head check, guys. To clarify, the guy walking after 15 years objected before as well. His wife knew, because he's on the up and up. It's the rest of the team that need to do a tick check real quick here. I want to know if anyone else has had this crap happen, because in my 30 years of hockey, I certainly have never heard of it. Why would a woman want to be in there anyway to watch guys change? The smell alone. Why would the guys want their girlfriends in a room full of other guys getting nude and hanging meat? And what about the opposite situation? My wife's team, if she were on one, with a couple husbands, boys, friends in the room checking out the naked ladies, it would never happen. As soon as one person on the team, one person said they had a problem with it, the issue should have been done there and they needed to get the fuck out. Nonetheless, that's my beer league drama.
That's a beer league drama. Listen, who says broads anymore, really?
There were so many times that I loved and that like Hangin Meat and checking out their gear, but not that kind. I'm like, who is this person? I want to be friends with you. One, to get these kind of stories. And who said they're like, this isn't real? There's no way. It's like, haven't you heard that the truth is stranger than fiction? Isn't that the thing? Like, there are always these people. This happened.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a bunch of weird stuff that happens in this world. I can't explain it. You can't explain it. And maybe it can never be explained. But people do inherently weird things. And you might think like, oh, there's no way that could happen. But, yo, that can happen.
Okay,
And,
so if you were in the locker room, this wasn't your girl, but if there were girls in the locker room, would you be the person to say, this is weird, I want him out?
I don't have a problem with, I mean, I don't have a problem with anyone being in the locker room. Like if they're in there, I mean, at the end of the day, like, listen, this is just skin. We're adults. You've seen a wiener before. I'm imagining. I've seen boobs and vagina before. So at the end of the day, like we're all adults. If you can't handle that, then hockey definitely probably isn't the sport for you, because that's just locker room shit, right? I mean, I don't understand why people would be upset about that. I talked to Tanis before, and she doesn't care. She's like, what's the big deal? Like, if you really want to see that kind of stuff, you can go on Reddit and look to your heart's content. So it's
the real thing, but when you could get the real thing for free. But would you care if you were the one going into the women's locker room? Is that weird?
Would I care?
Is that weird? Would you care?
I mean, listen, I've been in women's locker rooms, and they're probably way more nude than men, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And women.
Question stands.
I mean, it wouldn't bother me. Like, but I'm also respectful, like, because I do go into every, like, at bash tournaments, I'll go into every locker room before the game starts, the first game, just to introduce myself and if you have any problems. But I always ask, like, hey, knock, knock. Hey, is there a girl? Can you just make sure all the girls are decent? Because it's not whether I care or not. No, I don't care about seeing penis or boobs or whatever. But it's do other people.
That's not what your search history says. So I don't want to hear it.
That it says I don't care about seeing it?
That's not what because you're like, I don't care about seeing that. Like,
oh no, I listen. The human body is beautiful, in every faucet.
Every faucet. I mean, there is liquid.
Doesn't matter if you're showing your BH or your FH.
Your FH or your T's.
Your BH, your front hole or your back hole, whatever.
Okay.
But anyway, at the end of the day, that sounds like a lot of drama on a team. For me, when I listen to that, I just thought that it's really old dudes on the team. Seem like a really old dude. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking they got to be a little more woke. I think the old guys would be all about it.
You think so?
I think so. Based on my experience, my interactions.
But the guy had said one guy had been on the team for 15 years. So it had to be an older team. Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. So they're old guys. Wait, are we agreeing, but I thought we were disagreeing?
Yeah, you're saying you thought the old guys would be all about it. I think old guys would be like, there's a chick in here checking out my dong. But
haven't had that
48 years. Yeah. It's been 48 years. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird, like, because I mean, listen, let me tell you my nudity story just so we can get it out of the way.
Wait, first I want to mention that Megan, what she said, guys can come into my locker room if they're bringing me beer.
Oh, okay. Megan, here you go.
Again, leave your contact info in the chat. No, get it.
Yeah, DM us.
Yeah.
We have 3 girls on the team. The rest men. We want no part in their locker room. And so she doesn't even go into the locker room. This Megan in the men. She changes in a way different locker room.
But she's okay with them coming into hers if they're bringing beer.
I guess so. But yeah, weird. So when you gotta take the good with the bad, right? When you're talking to going to locker rooms and seeing nudity. When I first moved to Calgary, there was this. I went and played. I scrimmaged for a team, and in Oklahoma, it never there just weren't very many girls playing when I was there. So there weren't really girls in the dressing room. So I get to my first little pickup shinny, And I'm sitting there, and I'm there way before everyone because in Canada they show up like 20 minutes before instead of an hour. And I'm waiting, and then this girl walks in, beautiful girl. I still know her to this day. She's gorgeous. No, no. I'm not gonna say her name, but she's gorgeous. And we're talking just about yada yada, back and forth. And then she, as I'm talking to her, strips fully down naked as she's getting her gear on, and I'm like, oh, okay, let's go. And I was like, okay, that's a great image to have in your head. This beautiful girl naked, locker room, cool. But as the people kept coming in, then the one girl walked in, and she was about 6'2", 300-ish pounds, as gay as can be, which is fine, nothing wrong with that. But she's talking to me. She also gets butt naked while we're talking, and it was not as pretty a sight as the first one. And that's the only image I remember from that day. So you walk through minefields, and listen, this girl, the girl that came in second, she was crazy. Like, I can remember one time I'm in the shower, and she walks in naked in the shower while I'm showering, and just starts dropping her boobs on other guys' heads in the locker room. And
hey, we don't kink shame on this podcast.
Yeah, we don't kink shame. It was just it's a weird dynamic. So locker rooms get weird. When people say, oh, this stuff doesn't happen, this shit happens. I've seen it. I've seen shit happen. And so for me, it's just part of the locker room. If you have a problem with it, you can go somewhere else, or you can change teams, or you can say, hey, I have a problem with it. And if your team respects you, then it doesn't happen. But it sounds like this team did not respect this guy. Let's read Sue's comment. I've had a wife
mad at us because we're missing the point. He thinks because it's the girlfriend not playing.
Oh, but still, at the end of the day, but why does that matter if the girlfriend's not? What if she's just part of the team?
Matters.
Okay, but I'm saying at the end of the day, why? Why does that matter?
I don't know. I don't get to go. I wouldn't just be able to waltz into a locker room and take in the sights.
Oh,
okay.
Wow, beautiful!
Wow, I'm here for the hockey
listen,
game.
I'm gonna have to say that those old men probably would like that if you walked in personally and said, "Hey, I'm Jillian with the BLPA Big Show. Let me do a little meat gazing." They probably like me.
I'm all about the meat locker.
But I mean, listen, sure, is it weird that they're not on the team? Yes, they are connected to the team by virtue of being related. So it's not like it's not this like random Jillian walking in off the street that doesn't know anyone in there and walking in being like, huh, let me see that dong hanging.
No, I think that's better. I think it's weirder that they're connected to someone on the team and then choose to be in the locker room and they're like, well, let's just see if I made the right choice.
True. I mean, it was like the captain ended up dating one, and then another player left his wife for another one. So there's a lot of shit going on there.
See,
there's a lot of shit. Hey, that's why it's drama, really drama. That's why we like it. I love drama. I love it.
I eat
when it's not involved with me. I hate it when I'm the person at the, getting the drama heaped on them. But I love seeing everyone else's drama.
Yeah. No, that's why I want to know more. But I feel like I thought that everyone would agree that this is weird. But other people are like, oh, we're adults and we be respectful. It's like, no, yeah, we're adults, but we don't also get to stare at people's ding dongs all the time for free in real life.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Obviously, it's weird. I'm not saying it's not weird, but I'm saying at the end of the day, like, who really cares?
Okay.
Connected to the team,
John says, here's our next bit idea. I'm going to film myself just going into various men's locker rooms and seeing how many people are okay with it.
Yes. TikTok. Yes.
GoPro
TikTok,
on my head.
Go.
Hey, guys. Just wanted to wish you luck before the big game.
And will you say like, hey, hanging good, or say something funny and witty.
I'll say, how you hanging? Low today.
Okay, listen, Jillian's in on you guys get ready because Jillian could be in there,
Oh, puck
Jillian
bunnies. We call them puck sluts. Casey is way nicer.
Well, yeah, you want to give them a little bit of respect. That's their craft.
No, not me.
That's their craft. That's their craft. So
okay.
Yeah. What else do we have before we get out of here?
No, I wanted to end on our drama because I knew that would be hot, juicy, hot. But I also want to say that you can tell us your drama. And we do keep it a secret. You're totally like, we don't even know if you're a girl or guy. Once we're seeing the silhouette, it's always our little talking head. The voice is always going to sound the same. So you can share the story.
Yeah, because listen, everyone's always saying this, that never happened. Yeah, it does. All this stuff happens in locker rooms all over the world, and we want to bring it. And it doesn't always have to be risque, sexy, but that's what the people like. That's what people like, the spicy.
Hangin' Meat.
But like, listen, I want to hear stories about cutting players from teams. I want to hear a story about, Johnny getting too drunk and having 7 DUIs and you had to kick him off the team because you were enabling. I want to hear that stuff.
Johnny Dunham.
Johnny Dunham. No, not.
I don't know. You put that
Johnny
name
doesn't.
quick.
He doesn't drink and drive. Johnny doesn't. He's very responsible, super VIP. Listen, okay, Megan, you're right. That one did seem too specific to be anonymous, so the people involved would know about it. Yes, but I don't know about it. He's not my team. I don't know him.
Yeah.
And some people might know him. Who knows? But Megan, you sound like someone that has some drama. Hit us up.
Yeah,
What's your name?
Megan. Give us the
Hit me up.
real
Give us the
tea.
deets. Give us the deets, Megan. We're like, what's that show right now that's about Bridgerton? Okay.
Okay, I could have got anywhere.
You know what I'm talking? You know what that is? Bridgerton? Have you seen that show?
So you asked me if I heard about Trump getting shot and about Bridgerton, which is arguably the top 2 topics in America. No, I haven't heard. Yes, I've heard of Bridgerton.
So the B in BLPA is going to be for this segment is called Bridgerton, and that's what we want to be like, where you're just spilling tea. I watched season 1 a long time ago. All right. But that one lady's writing the newsletter that's spilling everyone's tea. That's what this segment is about.
Okay. Yeah, we'll spill
Really
your tea
drama.
for you.
Okay.
You
Hey,
need it
listen.
out. You need to get it off your chest. Let us be your next chest that you
Jillian,
put on.
Jillian, do you have a GoPro?
Maybe I can just plug this little camera in and just stick it on my head.
Because listen, you're in Minnesota. Maybe the first locker room you visit is your dad's.
I think I would rather pour bleach in my eyes or eat a pair of denim jeans.
It's for the brand. Like we can't.
Like, please accept this as my resignation.
Listen. You just tell your dad you're coming in. Tell him to keep his pants on. Everyone else, you're good.
How come I have to go in the old people's locker room?
You don't. I'm just saying that could be like a warm up one. That could be a warm. This is the warmies.
We haven't agreed that the older people are more receptive.
We got to find out. You're gonna have to eventually go into one.
So does this mean that you're gonna go in the girls' locker rooms?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I mean, listen. I will. I'll go. I'll go wherever. All right.
You don't get a knock. You have to wait till the showers turn on and then you enter.
But don't. Okay. I mean, do you think that's gonna get me canceled? Like, cause listen.
So why is it? So then it's not the same.
But don't you feel like, listen, I know it's 2024 and we're all equal. Don't you think?
No, we're not.
Don't you? But that's what everyone says. Like, equality is there, right? But don't you think that it would be way different for a girl walking into a guy's locker room versus a guy walking into a girl's? The guy walking into girls would be considered way more no-go than the girl walking in.
I think we started to change our tune because I think guys are mad that can be the case for a lot of things. So it's like, wait, how come they get to do that? And so then they'll be more mad because they're like, well, I would be in trouble, so maybe you should.
Yeah, it's such a but I mean, I think it is. I think it would be way more like the guys would just be like, oh, okay, whatever. But the girls, if I walk in, I'm like with a camera on my head, for crying out loud. And I said, hey, girls, just want to see how's it hanging.
For content.
Real low, I see.
Real low tonight.
I think that would probably cause way more issues with the guy going into the girl. That's just what I feel. I mean, listen, I'm a scientist.
Yeah.
I'll do it for science. But what I'm saying is that, I need someone to pay my legal fees.
I like Sue's idea that BLPA blinders is a new merch.
Why?
I like it.
Okay.
Because then you can just go in. We just start giving them to people. And so when they go in, they're advertising BLPA.
Hey, let me
appropriate.
speaking of, I just see a comment that says Cleveland Dex draft party helicopter, and I want to get your thoughts on this. Okay.
Okay.
From a guy's and a girl's perspective. Say we're at a draft party, some guy pulls out his dick and just starts helicoptering it. Okay. Versus a girl pulling out her boobs and
helicoptering them.
Which would be more frowned upon?
Oh, frowned upon? I thought about what one is funnier. I think they're both equally funny.
And then a guy pulling down his pants, bending over and showing his BH versus a girl pulling down her pants and showing his BH, because one of those things has happened at our draft party.
Was it a boy or a girl?
It was the boy. The boy showed his
Both times. The
same guy. And then
Oh.
he got in his car, peeled out of the parking lot, and got arrested for a DUI. But all I'm saying is that well, I haven't seen him.
How's his relationship with his mom and dad?
What about his relationship with the Lord? I don't know. But what I'm saying is,
there's some questions.
would it be more acceptable for a guy to do that or a girl to do that? Because I would think that a girl would just be like, haha, funny, haha. But the guy is like, oh my God, he just showed his dick and butthole. Get his ass out of here.
No shot. I think it's funnier. Guys grow up doing. Come on, they'll gum in the shorts.
No,
as if that didn't happen in 6th grade.
No, I get the guys have grown up doing it, but when you have guys and girls together, it's way more acceptable for a girl to have her bits out than a guy to have his bits out.
No, I don't think I disagree in this situation, because I think a guy is more likely to do it and people know that. So it's like, oh, yep, that's classic, typical guy.
But don't you think that there's way more Karens in the world than Chads that would cause a scene over that? Like if there was, like the Karens would yell about it really loud and the Chads would be like, oh, I just saw some titties.
As Dustin said, in fairness, the girls did yell at him to show the beehole.
and his dick.
So
and
the girls got what they wanted.
I want to be frank. If I remember the story correctly, one of the girls there was like a complete lesbian chick that just loves looking at penis, because it's
okay.
And so she's like, show your penis. And so I'm pretty sure she would probably be the one that said, hey, show that penis, and then she got to look at it.
She sounds really powerful.
Yeah, she is powerful.
Good for her.
She's a powerful woman. Yeah. So
I think what happened. BH is funny.
No, listen. Yeah, he was well endowed, Chris. I mean, there's a reason why he was pulling his out in front to show. Like when you have a big old donger, you're showing it because hey. And literally, he was mad because he didn't get drafted first in his round. He thought he was the best player. He's like, but I got the best looking dick or something like that. And then out came the dick.
And then the coach was like, I changed my mind.
Grab your dick and twist it or something. Okay, enough dick talk.
Okay. Save that for after dark.
Let's talk about boobs. That's BLP after dark. Okay. Anything else to add before we leave?
No, get out of here. Go
yeah.
sell. Wait, actually, we do need to tell them how we can buy Cooper's art.
Oh yeah, let me show it one more time. This is Cringe Man. $10, which is a steal. For this piece of art.
That's true.
Cringe Man, get Cooper. He wants to be an artist, an actor, an artist, and a movie producer. That's my kid's goals in life, and so I'm just trying to push him towards that way. And
how do they pay you?
They can pay me on Venmo, the BLPA, and hey, I'll make sure he gets it.
And one way or another.
But anyway, hey, we have a lot of tournaments coming up. Go sign up tournaments, BLPA.com. Go look at some merch. Buy some merch. It's about to start rolling. It's about to start getting going. You're going to see. I guarantee you're going to be inundated with ads. So you might as well buy it now so you can say, I've already got that. I don't need this ad. I've already got it. So that's beerleagueplayers.com, or you can go to BLPA.com, hit the merch button on the top. Download our podcast as well. Share it. Come on. Let's go. Anything else? All right. We didn't get to 100, so no BLPA Pacific Rink Bag.
You guys.
Hey, guys. You're going to have to do it. All right, guys. Hey, we'll see you guys soon. Be good or be good at it.